What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and of course, I am joined by my co-hosts, my sister, Darlene, my brother, Derek.
What's up, everybody?
And our friend, Dan.
What's up, everybody?
This week, we're breaking our rule of talking about the first and last episode of like shows on Disney Plus. We're gonna talk about the Book of the Mandalorian Fett. So,
if you've seen it, you know what we mean.
So, the Book of Boba Fett, episode 5 and 6 in the last 2 weeks, were the best episodes of the TV show, and there was just one odd thing about them being the best episodes of the TV show. They had nothing to do with Boba Fett.
Yeah, Boba Fett was not in them.
Not at all. It wasn't telling Boba Fett's story. It straight up continued the story for the Mandalorian.
Definitely.
So I had some questions. One, so are we saying that Boba Fett is boring as a character, not as the show?
I was going to save this for the last episode, but yes.
Okay. All right.
His character is not needed.
I agree.
At all.
Well, didn't I ask this when we talked about the first episode? Like, why is he a thing?
Well, it's kind of a running joke that like he's a horrible bounty hunter. He's only been in the movies for a few times, and the only reason he was popular because he looked cool or whatever. And well, it was the 70s.
Oh, okay.
Darlene, okay. All right, he looked cool in the 70s.
Okay.
All right. So he looked cool or whatever, but like when you look at him in the movies, he didn't do much, and he kind of went out like a punk. Yeah. I guess I was trying to say it nicely.
Well,
you ain't wrong.
I hate every fight at the end. You got to go to the regeneration chamber. I'm like, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
The what now?
The regeneration box
in the beginning of the series.
He healed himself in the water. You don't remember that from the first episode?
So I guess this is we haven't seen the last episode yet, but this is going to be our overall series review. I don't see, because there's only one episode left.
The last episode might do some things.
They're not going to redeem Boba Fett. Half the season was about the Mandalorian, and that was the best part of the season.
Not half. Well,
no, it wasn't. It was just
episode
5 and 6. Yeah,
that's 2 of 6 episodes.
But you know the 8th episode.
My bad. 1/3 of the
7th
season.
episode is gonna have the Mandalorian in it.
Yeah,
we know that.
He's clearly gonna be in it. So that's 3 out of 7, almost half.
Well, yeah, but 3 out of 7 is not 50%.
It's 33%.
No, it's more
like
it's like 40.
30. Is it?
Yeah.
I was gonna say more like 42.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 out of 6 is 33%.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Boba Fett. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say what I thought about the first few episodes, even though we're really talking about 5 and 6. But it wasn't interesting, and I think what I hated most was that they started the series talking about like, oh, he's gonna be taking over for Jabba the Hutt. They barely touched on that this season at all. Like that storyline barely got anywhere at all.
It was like the first 2 episodes, and then basically that was it.
Well, they had used the twins. Like a couple episodes. I think it was like early on. They had used the twins. They came through and like basically declared war. Like, hey, we don't like you. It's gonna be some problems or whatever. Then they go away. Then they come back and apologize. And they give him a new.
Rancor.
Yeah, a new Rancor, I guess, as a peace offering or whatever. And then that was pretty much it after that. Because before they were dropping people down in the chamber, and there was no Rancor.
Yeah, that was kind of funny though.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
That was funny.
That was funny, but it's like, okay.
I'll tell you. It's like it's nothing down there.
But yeah, like Darren said, it's like they didn't really like hit on that story for real. Know what I'm saying? And as much as they could have.
And then the way they structured the episodes, I didn't like either, because it was like it would start to get a little interesting, and then it's like, oh, let's go back to his flashback with the Sand people, and it's like, oh, okay. And then that story was kind of interesting, but like, I don't know, they kept it.
They should have did it differently. Like, I mean, if they gonna do that, like, use the first few episodes. We're gonna go over his past, fine. And then once we're done with his past, let's leave that alone.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move on to what he doing now, taking over for Jabba the Hutt and everything, and like keep on moving forward from that. Because when we keep on backflashing, I lose track of like you lose interest. Like you said, it was getting interesting at first, then they backtrack, and then now, okay, well I done lost interest now. You know what I'm saying? Like if you keep going back and forth.
Yeah, and then you got his Power Ranger guard with the world's slowest chasing. That car chase, I'm like, what's happening? What is this? And why do their motorcycles, speedsters, whatever they are, look like that?
Yeah, that was.
They wanted you to show that like they can ride on walls and stuff.
It looked horrible.
It did. And obviously nobody really respects him like in this.
I wouldn't either.
It's like,
I wouldn't respect Boba Fett either.
I wouldn't either.
Wow.
I mean, it's like, what do you have though?
Like what?
Like you got your pretty little the homegirl.
Yeah.
What else do you have?
I would be more afraid of her than him, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Like, dog, I can flick you in the forehead and you got to go to your little rejuvenation chamber.
Honestly, after this, I'm like, Boba Fett's trash, and he's trash as a Mandalorian, and I guess it's good he quit being a bounty hunter because he sucks as that.
Yeah, he's not good.
You know, this show,
Man,
like from their
because the black. Oh, go ahead.
from their conversations, like in episode 5 and 6, how they were talking about, I guess some people wanted to like take over his empire or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
It really gave me like some mafia vibes, or maybe like some gang vibes, and they're like fighting
That's what I thought it was
over
gonna be.
territory.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of hoping after watching the first episode that that's where they got with it.
I thought it was going to be that, but
I was
it
hoping that
was
too.
60% him
Yeah.
working with the Sand People.
Oh, well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was kind of hoping like a Gangs of New York kind of vibe from this, or you know, I mean, you know, Godfather might have been too much to ask, but you know,
Yeah,
Probably.
Well,
But that would've
like
been
I said, they barely really touched on that storyline. He went to the mayor a couple of times, and now he got all the families together. So yeah, I feel like it was supposed to be that,
right?
but like they didn't really jump into it. Like I feel like a lot of people thought they would have.
Yeah, that would have been interesting though, like a whole like a turf war basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you in the seat now, but like there's a lot of people coming for your spot, so it's like you got to defend it. You don't really have the manpower to do that, so it's like, all right, now let's follow him trying to get together a team with like some muscle, so that he could fight back against these cats that's trying to take his spot. Like that would have been.
Well, that's why I thought they were going to go with it after watching the first episode, especially since like he wanted to be nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought it was going to be kind of like you can't be a nice gangster.
Right.
And that's where I thought was like everyone's gonna be like, this guy's soft for real. We can take over. And then you know him and what's her name in the show?
Phoenix Shand.
Okay, well whatever.
I'm not gonna remember that, but okay.
I only said that because she like yelled it in episode 5.
Before that, you didn't know?
No.
So you know, I really thought it was gonna be like a power play with these other people saying like who is this guy? Who gives him the right to take over? Then you realize he's soft because he wants to be nice or whatever. That's where I thought they were going with this, but it seems like they did not.
They did not.
That's disappointing.
It's very disappointing. Very, very disappointing.
So then let's talk about The Mandalorian 2.5.
Let's do that.
I like these episodes. I thought it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I like the episodes.
Watching this, I was saying, like, why? I was like, this didn't happen in The Mandalorian?
Nope.
It's like,
It was Boba Fett.
yeah, like, I mean, because you know how Disney Plus do, like, if you watch something, they'll be like, all right, you might be interested in this. I thought that's what happened. Like, one episode ended, and then it sent me over to The Mandalorian, because, like, oh, you gonna like this. I'm like, no, wait a minute. Because I hit pause, and it still said the book about, wait, hold on. But this is all about The Mandalorian.
Yeah, you heard his music and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on?
It was way more interesting, though.
It was.
It was way
I
more
thought it was so
interesting.
funny that he didn't know how to operate the lightsaber.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Well, that's
before we do that, I want to talk about how much a better bounty hunter he is than Boba Fett.
Yeah.
That first scene when he's in the meat locker or whatever, which I'm pretty sure they took from some gangster movie or show. Like that whole scene with him collecting the guy, cutting him in half, and then cutting his head off. that entire thing just showed how much of a better bounty hunter he is than Boba Fett. Boba Fett hasn't done anything. He got his butt kicked by some dudes with a shield in the first episode.
True
He
that.
said dead or alive.
Yeah, he be getting mollywop, man. He just don't seem like he can hold his own.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this I thought was interesting. The story I think is more compelling, especially with him dealing with the religion of Mandalorians and, or I guess spoilers, whatever. But he's essentially, since he took his helmet off last season,
he's no
longer a Mandalorian. And like that whole storyline was more interesting. The guy wanting the saber, what the saber means. I didn't watch the cartoon, all that was in the cartoon, but apparently it means a lot to the Mandalorians and them kind of rebuilding their nation and stuff. So like that, all of that was way more compelling than him, the Boba Fett with the Tuskens digging for water in the sand. I don't know,
Yeah, I think it was very interesting that they even included it. I feel like, did you think they included it knowing that Boba Fett himself isn't interesting, so they had to get something to keep people's interest? Because everything that happened in episode 5, especially episode 5, where you saying where it says basically he got kicked out because he broke the rules and the little saber thing, which I didn't understand, but whatever. I was thinking if all of this happens in Boba Fett, what if you don't watch Boba Fett and you only watch The Mandalorian?
Therein lies the issue. While I liked episode 5 and 6, that's kind of problematic. Because what if you're a person that didn't watch Boba Fett and then you go into Mandalorian season 3? Are you going to repeat these episodes? Or, because you actually told some lore for The Mandalorian in this. And it was... Like we said, there's 2 whole Mandalorian episodes.
Full on.
Yeah.
They brought back all the characters from Mandalorian and all that.
Have, consequences for, you know what I mean? These are not, there's not insignificant things.
Yeah.
They have an impact on his character.
Right.
And the people around him. So to have that in a whole other show was a very interesting thing to do.
Yeah. Or what if you're a person that...
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, what if you're a person that didn't watch The Mandalorian, but you watched Boba Fett? And you get to episode 5 and you're like,
what is this?
What is this? Because, honestly, if you didn't watch Mandalorian, some of this stuff really don't make that much sense.
Yeah, you're not even going to know who the Mandalorian is. Who is this guy? They might think that it's Boba Fett and they just replaced the actor.
Yeah.
But it's
I was just his suit is shiny now.
You're right. Because the Mandalorian suit does look a lot better.
Yeah. Oh, it's way more dope.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When you say, it looks cool, Mandalorian looks pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So, just by image alone, Mandalorian is a lot cooler than Boba Fett. Sorry, Boba. But it's true. So, what were you going to say, Derek?
What was I gonna say? Man. Oh, about the Sand People. I thought they kept flashing back to that for it to be as when he needed help, he would have went to them and be like, "Hey, I am ahead of this territory now. And I need help to get control over this. Would you come help me?" And it's just they will be willing to do it because of the relationship and the rapport that he had with them. But it's to show all that rapport and him learning how to fight their style, which he never uses.
He does not.
He can't fight.
He does not.
So that's another dumb thing that was introduced. It's what was showing him learning all they fighting moves and everything, and then he used none of it.
And that's a good point, because it's like he was saying, it's because now he's looking for muscle. You know what I'm saying? And you would think that, okay, he got this rapport with the Sand People. It's all right, go back to them. Hey, look, I got this new territory I'm bringing y'all into. We just got to, basically take care of home.
They
you know what I mean? It's
even flash back to that. It was just hey, we're gonna need more men. Then they flash back to him learning how the fight and the whole delirious thing he had and came back with a tree branch, you know, with the falling up his nose. And it's like they did that flashback scene just for it to be ended with they all got killed.
Yeah, they all dead now.
Yeah, I'm like, why? Like, why, dog?
Yeah.
Like, they definitely could have, especially that Sam, what was it? What was he, like one of their fighters or the assassin guy, whatever he was?
Oh yeah, the dude
With the long hair,
with the black hair.
Yeah. I'm like, that would have been dope to bring him in. Like, he probably wouldn't have beat, the black Chewbacca guy, but it's like it would have been cool to watch.
Black Chewbacca got hands.
Yeah, he cold blood. Then he snatched that.
Phantom, I think his name is.
Is it?
Yeah,
cause he snatched that dude's arm off at the.
that was funny.
Like, that's dirty, man.
That was funny.
She was trying to talk him down, and like, nah.
And then pay because she said, she'll get rid of his bar tab if he didn't do anything. So he ripped his arm off and then paid it.
Then paid the bar tab. He was like, nah, I'd rather rip his arm off. Like, dang, dog. But yeah, he brutal, man. So it's like, yeah, that would have been dope to watch. You know what I'm saying? Whether they would have been underdogs or not, it's like it would have been dope to watch. Put the same people against whatever his foes is, them little high school kids that or high school dropouts, I'm guessing, that he picked up.
Whatever. I hope they never show them again.
Yeah, they were trash.
Just
like, let's leave them alone.
No, absolutely not. So yeah, episode 5. Towards the end, when they were building the old Naboo ship, at first I was like, oh, well, okay. But then I was like, I was actually interested in it. I thought I was like, okay, yeah, let's build the Naboo ship. And then he flew it through. If y'all notice, that's where Anakin did his pod race.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, nostalgia.
Yeah,
it was pretty dope.
Yeah, I remember that. You probably don't.
I remember that.
You saw that?
The pod race was one of the best scenes of the movie.
Yeah, I seen that scene in the movie. Did I recognize it from this show? No.
Oh, you didn't?
Not, no.
Yeah, you didn't recognize the canyons and stuff?
The who?
Yeah, the canyons that they flew through.
Oh no.
When they was racing? No? Oh, okay.
All right, well.
Yeah,
I did not.
Okay.
But I thought the little scene of him building the ship took a little bit too long because I found that lady kind of annoying.
Yeah.
We could have did without her.
She's a return character, though.
She's like that chick on what was that show? Cheers.
Oh,
remember that lady on Cheers that had that like the white girl
because they had
with
the same hair.
red hair. Yeah, she just reminded me of her.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Like, wow, that's a career change.
Pretty sure that's not the same woman.
I mean,
we're not saying
but
she didn't say it was the same person.
She just reminds me of her though. Like that's what I think about when I see her. But okay. Either way, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, go ahead. What you were saying? How it took too long?
I felt like it took a little bit too long, and I really didn't like her character.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's fine. She's not like a bluff character or anything.
No.
I feel that.
That was just my thoughts while watching it. Like at first, it's like, okay, this is kind of cute or whatever, but then it kept going.
Yeah.
And then I lost interest in it.
Okay.
I dig it.
All right, so episode 6, the last episode. A lot of stuff happened in this. Again, nothing to do with Boba Fett. No. So we get more lore on Grogu or Baby Yoda.
Did not know he had a name now.
Grogu?
Yeah, it's because you didn't watch season 2.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever. Was I the only one surprised to see Luke Skywalker? No.
Yes. Because we all knew that he was with Luke Skywalker.
Because, again, in the second season, the last episode.
I was like, oh, hey.
Although the CGI they did for this was way better.
It's really good.
That was really
way
good.
better than the last episode? Yeah, it was.
I was thinking, like, man, what's the budget for this show?
Like, I mean, the fight scene was cool. Like, when he landed on the ship and came through and, like, took out all the droids when he got to him. Yeah, that was cool.
That was dope.
Because they didn't show who he was. Like, he had a hood on. He just saw the lightsaber. He was just going through cutting cats down.
Maybe
like,
we'll do a...
that was dope.
What's your name?
Darlene.
I forgot, too. I just wasn't going to refer to her.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a Darlene watches for the first time, like, series.
Like a reaction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you only watched the first episode of season 1, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, the Mandalorian?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, you missed a lot, man.
Lot.
It's pretty dope. It's literally like a Western. You know how you were like, oh, Boba Fett seems like it'll be like a mafia style, and that's not what we got?
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
Okay.
Mandalorian seemed like it would be like a Western, and it literally was.
exactly
It's
that.
kind of like this lone slinger that goes from town to town, and like
Like,
he
you
helps
would
the
like
town out.
Okay.
Like, no, you would like it actually.
Okay.
I think you genuinely would.
I might give it a shot.
I think you should. It's a good idea.
Darlene
It's-
watches. Should we call it We should just call it Darlene watches.
Darlene watches. She's gonna have to be Darlene for a few weeks.
That's
But
fine.
Well, when she does this, she'll be Darlene.
Okay.
Okay.
but yeah, either way, the like what was we just saying? You said the CGI was
The
better.
CGI, yeah.
And then she said she was shocked to see
Luke.
Luke Skywalker, and it was like, yeah, that's who Grogu was left with, because in the second season they were trying to find somebody to train Grogu,
Okay.
like an actual Jedi.
Yeah.
And that's who they found. That's who it came across. Because the other girl,
Well, they found Ahsoka first.
The who?
Ahsoka.
The orange lady?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's played by
Rosario.
Dawson.
Yeah,
Rosario Dawson. Yeah.
Rosario.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The other lady. Yeah, she didn't do it. So on the last season, they found
Luke.
Luke.
Luke,
yeah.
yes.
And that's who they left Grogu with.
Oh, okay, so for Darlene,
Yeah,
some
because
more.
they had to send out. They had to send out a beacon to reach out to Jedi's.
Yeah, and that's when Boba Fett popped up, right?
No, he's
There
not a
No, he
Jedi,
was on
is he?
Tatooine.
No, not Boba Fett. But was that the episode when they was waiting and like because Grogu was up there like trying to
Yeah.
like call out to him, and they were trying to keep
Oh.
everybody away from him, and that's when Boba Fett.
Oh,
had
Boba
popped
Fett
up.
was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, he was there.
All right, for Darlene, some lore. Ahsoka was trained by Anakin Skywalker.
The orange people.
She's orange, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she
Are
was.
there, is there a people of orange?
I guess so.
Or is she just orange? She was in a cartoon, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
she was in a cartoon trained by Anakin Skywalker. So, it's interesting that she's there with Luke now, because his father is the one that trained her
Yeah, she mentioned that.
before he went cray.
Yeah, he went
And got his
nuts.
legs and arm cut off.
Yeah, he lost everything.
I mean,
Rough life. But yeah, it was. That's basically the story that they picking up.
yeah.
I
Which
don't know
is-
if they're abandoning the Boba Fett story or what.
Yeah, well, so that goes back to what I'm saying is the problem. Like, while we enjoy these episodes, it's kind of problematic that you put them in the Book of Boba Fett. Now, there is a theory going around that they filmed two different endings to this, and after seeing the audience reaction to Boba Fett, they just decided to put these episodes in.
I mean, that's very possible because like the whole episodes were just about him.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was kind of what he did wanted to recruit some people to help them fight, I guess, whatever the rebellion or whoever decided they didn't like Boba Fett anymore. I don't
The
know what's
Pike
happening.
Syndicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know.
They're like drug dealers.
yeah,
which
some
is-
spice thing or
yeah.
whatever. So I guess at the end when I hope he's not dead.
What?
The one guy?
Oh, the sheriff dude?
Yeah.
No, he's not dead. He got shot in the
yeah,
shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was cool. He was also in the Mandalorian.
That scene was dope.
Yeah.
That scene was dope. Now that character, the character that shot him, he's from the cartoons too. Of course, we haven't watched them. So
Right.
his reveal, I was like, "Yo, what the?"
Honestly, I
what is
was
this dude?
thinking he was like from one of the movies. He's not. He's from the cartoon.
He's from the cartoon, yeah.
Oh, okay. I did like the scene, but I completely missed who he
Straight
was.
up Western, like that whole
Yeah, like
scene.
that's
that was the whole Western
What I
feel.
mean.
Well, the whole thing, and then his little deputy. I'm like, this dude about to get this man shot.
The deputy,
Yeah.
man. I'm like, yo, chill, man,
like,
chill.
guy.
Yeah, just ruined the whole thing. And I'm like, man, look, stop looking at him. Just let him get shot because he's about to mess it
He's
up.
So I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh no.
I'm sorry, didn't he tell you to go inside, man?
Definitely did.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna leave you out. I'm like, dude, if you're not gonna help, then be
Yeah,
inside.
be inside. If you ain't gonna help, you gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Which is what happened.
Ugh,
So
ridiculous.
So that guy has the same voice actor apparently as the cartoon. So his voice is that deep in the cartoon too.
oh, okay.
Interesting.
I was like, oh,
Well, now I feel like I want to know more about him.
right?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Definitely.
Like, I don't know if it's the directors they got for The Mandalorian or whatever, but it's so much better. It's so much better.
Yes, it is. They gonna have to do some reworking. and like
But
whatever.
Favreau did both.
I mean, Favreau was like involved in both.
But there was always a bunch of different directors.
Yeah.
Like episode 5 was Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
we
think
saw that?
a lot of them like they had different directions for like different episodes. Which I mean, it worked
Yeah.
Yeah,
for the
it works.
Mandalorian. So
Yeah, you can always tell someone's style.
yeah, I'm like it worked.
Yeah, so
I'm
I
like,
don't know who directed the first 4 episodes of Boba Fett.
Yeah, but they're hopefully fired by now.
It's probably Bryce Dallas Howard.
Wow.
I mean, you can stay on and like take
It's
notes.
not even.
But like,
It's not even done yet.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, look, I know
they
there's
fired
going to
football
be
coaches halfway through the season.
I know there's going to be people that were like, "Oh, I thought Boba Fett was good and blah blah blah." I'm gonna be honest, I didn't. I was watching it because
Yeah, I was
But-
hoping. I'm like, okay, well, they got something to build on because they had something to build on. They just didn't go that direction.
this is how you know it wasn't great. Like all the shows that came on Disney Plus, it's kind of like a thing. Me and my wife is like, "Oh, it's Wednesday. We're gonna watch the Disney Plus show." Blah blah blah. We missed a day. It was Friday, and I was like, "Oh man, we didn't watch Boba Fett." It's not interesting. Like
I ain't had no makeup day.
we did we watched it that Friday, but
I got you. Like on Wednesday, you're looking forward to it. It's kind of like when WandaVision came out. Like I looked forward to Fridays.
I was definitely looking forward to Fridays.
Yeah.
Like I'd get home like off work at like 5 in the morning. I'd watch it at like 5 in the morning.
oh yeah.
Oh, you know, like I would get up Friday morning and like I literally would check to see how long the episode was, and it gets so like, it's only 35 minutes today.
Ah man, yeah, that was I did
So
check with
disappointing.
WandaVision. I did keep checking it. Like, oh, man, it's another 30-minute episode. In an hour.
You're gonna keep us on the cliffhanger. But it was like, it was interesting enough to the point where like you wanted to see the next episode.
Yeah.
But like with Boba Fett, I was like, man, I guess if they make another episode, I'll watch it. But
Right, you watch it when you get to it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it keeps showing it in that banner, like new episode of Boba Fett. I'm like, Simpsons.
Yeah, Disney Plus do it. They be doing that Netflix move where like you want to watch this new thing. I'm like, I
hey,
really
don't you
don't.
want to watch this? Like you click on the Simpsons, it's like, are you sure you don't want to watch Boba Fett? Like, no. Leave me alone.
So maybe they did switch to Mandalorian episodes because
Not maybe.
I think so.
So-
Yes.
Where do you guys think episode? Okay, so there's only one episode left.
Mm-hmm.
I assuming this is going to be the fight between the families.
I don't. Yeah, I guess so. But I
Either
feel like
that-
we left on that cliffhanger with Grogu. I think they're gonna go back to Grogu and
Okay,
give us his
well,
answer.
I forgot about that. So he had to choose between the Mandalorian and becoming a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my thing. This takes place before the new set of movies that came out,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
There's no Yoda type character in those movies, right?
Yeah, but also apparently Ahsoka was around while Luke was sitting up there fighting Darth Vader, and she didn't show up. So
Okay.
So anything could happen, basically.
it is a galaxy. I mean,
Well, I just
Yeah.
feel like if there's an evil empire,
maybe she should have showed up.
yes,
I think the same. I'm like, what were you doing?
not being in thought.
Luke
of
sitting
yet.
up here being trained by Yoda as he's about to die.
Well, she was
Gotta
chilling with
fight
the
his
Eternals,
daddy.
and they were going back and forth about why they should not interfere. Like, you know what? I agree. We shouldn't do anything. Let's just chill.
So, I mean, honestly, I kind of hope that Baby Yoda choose the Mandalorian. Honestly,
Honestly, I
I
do
do too, because it would be different. I mean, we've had a Yoda.
but why can't he do both? Like, I get
The
the,
Jedi,
principle
like-
of it, but why can't you do
Can
both?
we be real? The Jedi's little thing about no attachment is so dumb. That is what created Darth Vader. I know they're going to try and say, oh, it's because he had the attachment. No, it's because you tried to force him not to have attachments.
But they say that, but then aren't they all attached to someone?
Yes,
Yeah, everybody.
Luke. Excuse me, Luke, why are you doing this? Because I remember Yoda telling you you had to finish your training, and you're like, no, I have to save Han and Leia.
I just feel like he
And
has
then you
a
got your
whole
hand cut off.
sister. Like, what is happening? Like, he's definitely attached to someone.
I mean, I feel like they
I
are.
feel like
It's-
Obi-Wan was attached to Luke.
Yeah.
So I
agree.
just,
Yep.
this whole no attachment thing, I was watching, I'm like, well, that's not true.
It's not true, and it's stupid.
And it's dumb. So I'm just like, if I was Baby Yoda, like, first of all, dude, I'm about to force the lightsaber over to me, and then I'm about to choose the chainmail suit too.
Yeah, I
What you
don't
gonna
think
do
he can
about
beat
it?
Luke though.
Yeah, probably not at this point.
Yeah.
But I don't think Luke would kill him.
But I mean, maybe
he's a
Luke
baby.
won't see it coming.
Yeah, Luke tried to kill his nephew. Remember that?
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, now that you
Yeah, that's
mention
true.
it. I can't kill that
Yeah.
Yoda thing. It's so cute.
I know.
Yeah.
It's the most adorable alien
Yeah,
I've ever seen.
Kyle
E.T. was ugly. Let's be real. E.T. was butt ugly. Like if he ever came into my garage, tried to use my bicycle, I'm like, nah, dog, nah. There's no way. Yoda though, yeah, I put him in the basket.
But yeah, I do want him to choose the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
definitely.
Because like I said, it'd be different. Like,
Yeah, especially since the Mandalorian got kicked out of his crew. I mean, he needs a sidekick.
Also, if they do another set of sequels, please let Grogu be the main character. Maybe he comes up and he's the Jedi that we're following. I don't like that would be dope.
everybody would watch that. Because everybody loves Grogu.
Okay.
Everybody does.
It would be dope. They'll mess it up.
They probably
They
would
will mess it up.
But
I'm saying he's probably better as a side character.
No, man, you see him give him the dark saber. He have his little Mandalorian armor, his Mandalorian Yoda shaped Mandalorian helmet
with the ears
with
cut
the
out.
ears and the dark saber. He just pop up.
that'd be cold blooded, man. Throwing one-eyed frogs all over the place.
Oh, I want to bring up I was like, why do these frogs only have one eye?
They're in outer space. They can't have two eyes. Then
It's
they're
in a
they're just on Earth.
galaxy far, far away.
No,
Also, a long
It
time
was
ago.
disturbing. I'm
Yeah, a
like,
long
why
time
do
ago.
these frogs only have one eye? And also, they're all brain damaged because Luke was busy tossing them up in the air and stuff. I'm like, okay, they're all dead now.
They're like, oh, please stop.
He just ruined that whole ecosystem.
I'm like, you was better off just letting Grogu eat it if that's what you're gonna do to him.
I'm like, y'all were really disrespectful right there. They was not planning this in their
Oh,
day.
these poor frogs.
They was ribbiting like clay, like ribbit, hey. But yeah, man, I think that'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
Choose the armor, Yoda. I mean, Grogu.
Yeah.
Gotta say, I was surprised he had a name because at first I was like, who is Grogu?
Little baby. It's a little baby.
Figure it out.
Little baby Grogu. I admit the name's not cute.
It's not.
Nah, they should have chose something like Yoda. Like, not Yoda, but something along the same lines or
don't
something.
know.
You know?
Yeah, like the Fetts. Boba Fett, Boba Fett. How similar are those? I'm like Yoda and Yuda. Or
No, Yuda? Yuda?
Yuda one.
Call him Luda.
Yuda!
I
Yuda!
think that's copyrighted.
Yeah, probably. Well, something better than Grogu. But I mean, Grogu's what they went with, so I guess that's what
Yeah.
we got to deal with.
Yeah, he's still going to be a
But-
popular character.
Yeah, he's still.
I do. I want to see more of that. Mandalorian, of course, I want to see more of. The story's just way more interesting.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, way more interesting. Let Boba Fett be like maybe a sidekick. He pops up every now and again, like
Yeah, because when he showed up in The Mandalorian, we were all
It was
like,
cool.
oh,
It was
he
cool.
was actually a better fighter in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
In The Mandalorian, we were like, oh, yeah, wow, he's actually pretty dope. And then they went back to having him suck.
Yes. Yeah, so like, come on, y'all. Like, let's get rid of that storyline, man. Like, let the Mandalorian take over and let Boba Fett be like a side character or something. He could be like a constant side character. That's fine. But I think we want the main story about the Mandalorian.
So then there should be no season 2.
No, don't do a season 2.
Definitely
No,
not.
I don't.
Definitely not. If it's gonna be more of this, then no.
All right,
Leave
very
that alone.
interesting.
Unless you're actually going to do a mob series.
Yeah, because I honestly feel like adding the Mandalorian and Grogu and Luke to the episode is like what's saving the show.
Yeah, that's what
It
that's
is
probably
what
what's
saved
bringing
the show.
everybody back because like that's what we're interested in. I mean, yeah, go with that mobster story, man. Like, what else are y'all hitting on? We don't need to know more about his past. We're fine with that. We get it. Like, let's move forward, man. Go with the mobster story, build on that, and keep the Mandalorian in it.
Now, was I the only one that thought going back for the suit was dumb?
No,
Like,
yeah,
you
that
want
was
to go
dumb.
back in?
Going back with
In episode 4, he tried to get his armor. He thought it was still in the
In
Sarlacc
episode,
pit.
yeah.
yeah. And to swallow I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
He needs his armor, man. Is he actually a Mandalorian, though? He claims to be one. But I'm like,
He takes his
taking
helmet off an awful lot.
well, you had that other group that take their helmets off and stuff. And of course, they claim that they've lost the way.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about the blue what?
Yeah, the ones that was in blue.
Yeah.
I forget her name, but
I can't remember her name either. And that was a cool episode too.
It was pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
So you have them, but Boba Fett's not even along their lines. Like, I don't like. Are you a Mandalorian? You just have the armor because your clone father was a Mandalorian.
Right, just like the sheriff had the armor
right.
in the Mandalorian.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
So it's like Boba Fett's basically just that.
Pretty much.
Although I think the sheriff has probably got more skills than him, though.
Yeah, he
Probably
definitely seems like he has more skills.
Yeah. Boba Fett just walks around with that gun and just
Probably should have left the armor with the sheriff.
probably he could do better with it.
Yep,
So
I would agree.
think about that too, writers. Just saying.
So a lot has to happen in episode 7, then, correct?
I'm guessing so.
We gotta have the
just-
fight between the families,
Mhm.
right? The sheriff and his people need to join the fight.
Mhm.
The Mandalorian needs to join the. I feel like there's a lot of moving pieces, which I don't know how you're going to cram into 50 minutes of episode.
Well, if they were planning a season 2, then it's like they could do a build up, like we get all the families together, and then like by the end, it's like okay, everything's about to begin, and they cut it off right there, and like all right, this is what we're gonna pick up with season 2 on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would think. You know what I'm saying?
Well, season 2 wouldn't have a reason for his flashbacks, so maybe. But I mean, if you still have the stupid Power Ranger Brigade with him, I don't want to see it.
Yeah, they gonna have to change directions like big time. But like I think that would be the way to go because like you said, it's a lot to put into one episode.
Yeah.
So like just do a build up, let the pieces fall in place, and then now we know what we going into for season 2.
I would think so.
Or just bear with me here.
I'm bearing.
We could just do Mandalorian.
Or do you think would be better? Because I do seem to like Mean Na's character because she's kind of like no nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, get rid of the old dude.
Oh, and we have a
And put
Fennec Shan series.
Who to what?
That's her name.
Oh.
We did mention that earlier.
Yeah. Rewind the episode. It's up there.
You did. But like, what if she took over? Like, I feel like,
Oh, Boba Fett dies for real this time.
yeah, or
And
something.
yeah. And
know.
then she takes over.
Yeah,
I'll watch that.
I feel like I
would.
find her character more appealing.
All right, Disney, let's kill Boba Fett. I mean, like, they already did it once, and that was in the 70s. So,
Or leave them in cryostasis or something. Just don't bring them back. Something.
Oh, also, okay, so I didn't watch The Mandalorian. How author was Rosario Dawson in season 2?
Just the one episode.
One episode.
Like, I don't know how much she gets paid nowadays, but it seems like
ton
an
of money.
awful lot for her to just show up once.
It's Rosario Dawson.
And a lot of shows.
She commands the money.
Yeah. When you got a name
She's
like
been
that,
in
it's
a
like,
lot
yeah.
of shows.
I don't know. She also seems like an interesting character that I wanted to know
I
more.
would
She
like
was
to keep
supposed to
her
get
in.
her own show. So we might actually, I think we are getting an Ahsoka show, which is interesting.
I just watching from the 2 episodes I've seen. Like, I want to see more of her, Mean Na, and the weird alien thing that shot the sheriff.
Yeah. I do want to see more of
that
that.
thing was like.
Hopefully he doesn't die in episode 7.
Hopefully not.
I shot the
Sheriff.
sheriff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. But
And
I
he
did
also
not
shot
shoot
the deputy.
He did shoot the deputy.
He shot him 5 times.
Yeah, he hit him up. Like, he hit the sheriff once, and he was like, bah, 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 bah. I'm like, dang. Why you gotta light him up like that?
Because he
That's
was
personal,
stupid.
man.
He shot him because he was dumb.
That was personal. From way back.
Yeah, I do want to see the Ahsoka Tano series. I think that would be pretty good. She has white lightsabers.
Oh,
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, pretty dope.
That is cool.
She had a pretty dope fight scene in the last season of Mandalorian with the lady with the spear.
Yeah, that spear, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the spear was made out of,
Vesker.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Which is
same.
the same
his
thing that
armor
the
is
armor's
made
made
out
out
of.
of, yeah.
So now, his armor. What was the thing that could only stop a lightsaber?
The Vesker,
The Vesker,
can.
yeah.
That's
That's the
why.
only
That's actually why the Mandalorians have it because they fought the Jedi a lot.
So they're
So
not on the same side.
Not
They weren't.
technically. There's a lot of lore, but the saber he has was from somebody who was both a Jedi and a Mandalorian.
The dark one.
Yeah.
The little sword.
Yeah.
That's dope. He should steal that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I probably would.
I mean, they
It
kicked
is
him
pretty
out. I
dope.
mean, I was thinking like, dude, straight up break in there at night and take that thing back.
Yeah,
Because he beat the dude. And then she
No, he can't. He kept it. He still has it.
She let him walk out the building with that?
Yeah, because remember, the way she's very much about like how the rules go.
Oh,
you have to
yeah.
win it in combat.
Okay, so but I thought maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention. So he won the fight,
So he keeps it.
but then she started asking all these questions like, "Have you ever taken your helmet off?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, does that mean he got to give the sword back?" But he didn't.
No.
Okay.
He just can't be a part of the.
That's okay. He got the
Mandalorian.
sword. He good.
Yeah, true enough.
He don't know how to
So,
use it. So.
He can learn.
You can
Just ask
watch,
Luke to
just
teach
watch
you.
YouTube or something.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah, because apparently it's not supposed to be heavy.
Yeah, he was struggling.
But for him, it was heavy.
Yeah, but if you watch the fight closely, when the other guy got it, he struggled even
He did.
more
I noticed.
with that. So
Yeah, he did.
Well, that's interesting.
Did y'all say he
yeah,
need to
so I
watch
wonder what he's to
YouTube
do. Is he going to
videos?
learn to use it, or does
Yeah,
he
watch a
give it to
YouTube video.
Grogu?
It'll tell you how to use
YouTube
it.
teach you everything.
Everything.
That's
dog.
true.
Look up a
Whatever-
YouTube video on how to
I don't-
wield a
I don't-
lightsaber. I
I don't
bet
think
you
they have YouTube.
there's gonna be a million videos
Far,
on that.
far away.
There's a
don't
video of
promise you.
someone making a real lightsaber.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
That was cool. But yeah, it's gonna be some videos on that. Promise.
All right. Cool. Well, I guess that's our thoughts on
Boba Fett.
Mandalorian 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, look like I think so.
Yeah, pretty good. That actually makes me excited for Mandalorian season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be pretty dope.
Same
Is there
here.
a season 3?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
When's it coming out?
I don't know.
No, I know Loki is filming this summer. They're supposed to start filming this summer in the UK for season 2.
I know Disney been pushing stuff back, so
Eventually, Disney's gonna have to do 2 new shows at a time, right? They're
They're
on
gonna have
this
to,
whole
'cause there's
one.
a lot of stuff coming out. Like, I mean, they're gonna have
they
to.
just keep pushing everything back.
They're just like, no, only one new show,
That's not coming out this year.
Like, come on, y'all. I
and
mean-
season 2
and it's on
season 2 of
Wednesdays.
What If
That's it.
got pushed back too.
Yeah, I did.
Like, come on, dog. Just go ahead and release 2 at a time. 2 is fine.
Nah, because then you might cancel it.
I'm thinking
That's why they
that.
do
I'm
it,
thinking
so
that,
you can never cancel Disney Plus.
Because there's a new show coming
Yeah.
up.
Okay, so after those 2
Well,
new shows,
I mean,
release
just
something
always
else.
have another 2.
Yeah, always keep it fresh. You got a lot to work with here.
Come on, there's 7 days during the week. You can choose.
I be thinking too.
You can
that
at least
the
have- you can have
actors
7
also
new
be
shows.
having other obligations.
I mean, don't.
I mean, like,
'Cause
what
I
else do
don't-
they
I
got,
have
though?
time
Like,
to
what
like-
else are the actors doing?
Well, what else are they
Because
doing?
it's like the actors. Because like the actors are being known now, so like they're picking up like other roles in other movies and stuff. So
They're
it's like,
only we talking about these shows are 6 to 8 episodes long. They're not taking
Yeah,
a
I'm
lot
like,
of your time.
y'all got time for that.
You got time. That's fine.
it probably takes a year to.
It does
To
not
film a
take a
six-
year.
Not nowadays.
It does not take a year
Yeah,
to
it
film
takes a
6
year.
episodes. No,
make
you know how
movies
I
in
say
less
it
than a year.
doesn't because they announced
It
Law
takes-
and Order was coming back in like December, and in February, Law and Order is coming on TV. They managed to shoot a whole new show in like 2 months.
Because everything's so consolidated now. Like, I mean, they
It's
ain't got
like
to
it
travel
could be
far.
done, and it's not like a 22 episode series or whatever. We're talking 6 to 8 episodes.
6 episodes, something like that. Yeah.
They could be done.
They're like, y'all can squeeze it in.
Yeah.
Y'all just being jerks about it.
All right.
Yes, that's loud.
Like, you think it's going to pick that up?
So, yeah. Well, did you see Mandalorian 2.5? And if you have, what do you think about it? You should let us know in the comments below. And make sure you leave a like and subscribe as well. If you're listening to us in podcast form, make sure you leave a rating and review. And of course, thank you so much for listening and
Yeah.
watching. Peace out.